have found the Genesis frequency. This is Dr. Stephen J. Kosmyna welcoming you in to another episode of a show that focuses on your whole life prosperity and success. Whole life prosperity and success by cooperating with the universal laws that are available to each and every one of us. This is quantum leap goal achievement, radical personal transformation, whole life prosperity and success. Now, stay tuned for another exciting episode that'll move the needle in your life from where you are now to where you want to be.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it may be, wherever you are in the world when you hit that play button. So glad you did. This is Dr. Cause, in effect, Dr. Stephen J. Kosmyna, coming at you with another episode of the Genesis Frequency. And today we're diving deep into a conversation I've been wanting to have with you for quite some time, a conversation about leadership at its highest level. And we're calling this series, this little mini series I'll be doing here, because I'm not going to get it all in one episode, the Metaphysics of Leadership. And I've wanted to do this. After all, I'm a metaphysician by degree, by ordination, by all of that. And, metaphysics is really the look at the underlying nature of things, the causes for the effects that we experience in our lives, in our relationships, in our health, in our physical fitness, in our finances, and all of it, right? So we could say holistically. But I want to talk specifically about leadership and the metaphysics of leadership. So in part one, I want to get going with sharing four foundational principles that every leader, whether you're running a business, a ministry, a team, or just leading your own life. And when I say just, I don't mean that to diminish that, because that's where it all starts, especially when we look at leadership through the lens of cause and effect. How are you leading your own life? Because everything spills over from there. So again, whether you're doing any of these things, small business, you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're a solopreneur, maybe you're a coach, you're a consultant, you're a marketing executive, doesn't matter what kind of business you're in, HVAC, hotel, motel, restaurant, hospitality, a ministry, whether it's a congregational ministry, a community ministry, pulpit ministry, whatever it is, whether you're leading a team, maybe you're an element on your team within your corporate environment, maybe you're the leader of a team, or leading your own life. You must embody all these principles, these four foundational principles that we're going to start with to create transformational success. And hopefully that's why you're here, because that's what this show is all about. Transformation, success, whole life prosperity. This isn't about leadership tips or trendy tactics. What's trending right now. This is about shifting your inner state of being. You have to make that shift, because as the leader goes, so goes the organization, the team, the group, the congregation, whatever. As you go, so goes your life. So it all starts with you, and it all starts. Well, let's dive into this in a logical sequence of ways here. So let's explore these four pillars that I want to talk about here. So first of all, let's look at consciousness. Okay, consciousness creates conditions. Consciousness creates conditions. At the heart of metaphysical leadership is this: everything begins in consciousness. And man, I hope you share this episode, you share this show. I should share all of it because we have just far too many people leading their own lives totally unconscious and leading organizations, governments, municipalities, all kind of businesses unconsciously. Maybe they're competent to a certain extent, but they're unconscious competence. So we have to know this, that at the heart of metaphysical leadership, everything begins in consciousness. Your outer world, the results you see in your business, relationships, finances, health, is a reflection of your inner world. Thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions, they all act like filters shaping how you perceive challenges, how you respond, and ultimately what you experience. All these things. You cannot lead others effectively if you're operating from fear, from doubt, or a scarcity mindset. You must first lead yourself. You have to take responsibility for this. You have to do that examination that I always talk about. This is something we do on a regular basis. Not being overly critical of ourselves, but taking a look, doing an inventory, saying, hey, am I taking responsibility for what's showing up in every area of my life? And where am I at in consciousness? Have I moved into the results I desire to experience? Have I moved into the energy of that in consciousness? Am I living there? So you got to ask yourself, what am I believing about myself as a leader? Am I seeing myself as capable of handling challenges? Or am I unconsciously projecting limitations onto my team, my organization, and my life? So if you would look at this and be honest with yourself and examine what's going on in consciousness, what are you holding on to? Are there any fears? And are there any doubts? There's worries. We all have them, but are they spilling over? Are we emotionally engaged with those worries, doubts, fears, limitations? Is this what has built us out, so to speak? To elevate your leadership, you must elevate your thinking. And I've done plenty of episodes on James Allen and As a Man Thinketh. And there, I'm reminded that he wrote, a man is literally what he thinks, his character being the complete sum of all his thoughts. Wrote at a different time, so we could say, a woman is literally what she thinks, her character being the complete sum of all her thoughts. Leadership development begins not with strategy, but with self awareness and inner work. This is where it begins. So let's keep going here. We want to examine this cause and effect leadership that I alluded to earlier in this episode. Metaphysical leadership demands that we step fully into personal responsibility. We touched on this briefly. Here's the key. You're either at cause in your life or you're bouncing around like that steel ball in a pinball machine. You're at effect and just living life as a series of reaction. Well, what next? What next? React. What next? React. Leaders who operate at effect, they blame circumstances, they blame the economy, they blame the team or external forces or something outside themselves. They're blaming, always looking for somewhere to point to point to the blame for their results. Now, leaders who operate at cause recognize I am the creative force here. I am the cause. I am responsible for my outcomes. Can you say that? Now, this isn't about guilt or blame. It's about reclaiming your power. When you live at cause, you stop being a victim of circumstances. You stop being that steel ball bouncing around the pinball machine and you start being the architect of your destiny. It's like driving a car. You're either in the driver's seat or you're a passenger going wherever life takes you. Now, true leaders, they never give up the wheel. That we empower others, right? But we don't give up the wheel. We take responsibility, which moves us to inner alignment. Inner alignment before outer action. We're talking about the metaphysics of leadership here, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to go deeper into this with me one on one and have a conversation here in a few minutes. But let's just take a look at inner alignment and what I mean when I talk about that. Most people chase goals backwards. They really do. The more and more people I talk to, the more and more corporations I work with and ministries that I work with, and from nonprofits to the hospitality industry to heating and cooling distributors and contractors, it doesn't matter. They live it backwards. They believe, well, once I achieve this, I'll feel confident. Once I hit this revenue number, feel successful. Once I fix my team, I'll feel at peace. But metaphysical leaders, They they know it works the other way. Inner alignment first, outer action second. You see, you have to feel into it. And I can't stress this enough. If you're a regular listener, you're probably getting sick and tired of me saying it, but you know what? We need to hear it over and over and again. We need repetition. That's what causes retention. So you have to know this. You have to know, you must feel into it, be emotionally involved with the desired outcome, the life you would love to live, the business you would love to have, the revenue stream you'd love to experience, the health and physical fitness you would like to. Man, is that a big difference? Wow. I'm going to talk more about that, some personal stories on that. But you have to feel it before you see it. You have to move into it energetically. I've done plenty of shows on Neville. Neville Goddard taught, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and act as if it were already true. And we see that in every great business and philosophical teacher. From the beginning of time, we see this. You have to assume the feeling. So how does this look in leadership? You have to visualize the thriving organization you desire, right? That's why you have a vision statement. Move into it. Make sure everybody moves into it. Make sure your executive team moves into it. And then throughout the entire organization, this is responsible for culture. So do the visualization. It starts with you. How do you see it? What is the goal? What is the objective? What are the multitude of goals you have for the entire organization or for just for your life? Right? And look at the total person that I often discuss, looking at 6 to 7 areas of your life. What are your objectives in each of those? So if you're just working on you right now as an individual, not in your corporate space, but we work to, I should say, strive to try personal and professional objectives together to marry them so we have incentive on both sides of the fence. But we'll talk more about that another time. So visualize your thriving organization, the thriving organization that you desire. Feel gratitude. How many times do we talk about this? Feel gratitude for the high performing team that you have, the successful launch. Maybe it's a new product, a new and a new direction, new program, whatever it is, the breakthrough. Just feel that gratitude. Gratitude in advance is one of the most powerful things that we can do. And number three, take action that's aligned with that vision, not actions rooted in fear or desperation or lack or limitation or worry. And that's what we tend to do. We're standing in the puddle, so we make decisions from the puddle up, right? My feet are wet, so we pick one foot up, we shake it off, we put it back down, shake the other one off. Oh, damn, both my feet are still wet, right? We have to take actions aligned with the vision. When you align internally, When you're in alignment with that vision, your actions carry a different energy, way different than operating from the results, than operating from the effect. An energy that attracts people, attracts resources, attracts circumstances, conditions, opportunities, all that you need to support the vision that you're holding. That's why this is so important, so key. So finally, and we're going to do two parts in this because we're already getting down to the wire here. Finally, we want to talk about the power of presence. And this is really about the energy, the culture you're building, and the energy that you walk in and day out. Metaphysical leadership is about cultivating presence. Okay. It's about cultivating presence. Presence means showing up fully, focused, grounded, open. It means listening deeply, not just to others, but to your own intuition. Remember, we often talk about our mental faculties, right? Memory, intuition, reason, perception, will, imagination. So we have to listen deeply. We have to spend time in the silence, no distractions, so we can hear, quote unquote, clearly. That voice of intuition, that guidance, that inspiration that will be there if we make time to listen to it. It's in presence that innovation is born, that clarity comes, that solutions appear. It's in that presence, but it begins in the stillness too, in the stillness and the silence. Think about the leaders who inspire you the most. I mean, we could do a lot of shows on that. That might not be a bad idea. Chances are they carry an energetic presence that makes people feel safe, makes people feel seen and empowered. And that's not accidental, that's cultivated. But the point I was trying to make is that almost all of these people you could either ask them or read about them, and they'll talk about spending time in the silence or just being still, pushing back and just being in the stillness, not trying to manipulate thoughts, but just tapping into that inner knowing. So that's how it's cultivated. To build presence, you really want to start with, as I said, the silence, the quiet time. Start with daily mindfulness or meditation practice if you're so inclined. Just get quiet, but make this non-negotiable. Like I did a few episodes on that a while ago. Make your mindfulness just being fully present. That's what mindfulness is all about, being fully present in the moment. You want to be fully present in the moment with gratitude, with curiosity, and just be fully present. You also want to build presence by taking time to really quiet the noise so that you can listen inwardly. So important. So, mindfulness, meditation, time in the silence, and then be intentional about how you show up in every interaction. We all have different feelings, we all have different moods, but you get to choose those too. Well, a bad mood today. Well, tell your feelings how you want them to feel. Be intentional. Show up. Show up in every interaction as the objective realized and coming from that energy. Yes, that's about what metaphysical leadership is. I mean, presence is power. Presence is influence. Presence is attractive. Presence transforms leadership from transactional to transformational. And that's what we want to do. We want to help others to transform as well. We want this to be contagious. So, what is it that you have that you want to be contagious? So, think about all these things. I encourage you to really go back and listen to this because we're going to go even deeper in the next episode. So today in this episode, we've covered four pillars briefly of metaphysical leadership. Number one, consciousness creates conditions. Two, cause and effect leadership. Three, inner alignment before outer action, and the power of presence. I've made some notes for my show. You notice that? I've been making notes lately. I used to just turn on the button and talk, but so much I want to get out there, and I've been going over. So this keeps me a little more organized. And number four is a power of presence. But in part two, what I want to talk about, we're going to go even deeper. We'll explore how to use visioning, intuitive decision making, and metaphysical laws of success to lead with certainty. Right? There's that confidence that is born out of that certainty, and we want to really talk more about that empowerment and inspiring others to greatness. So, this is the leadership that changes businesses, organizations, ministries, and lives, right? Need some help with this. So, that's what we want to do. If you're doing it now, great. Reach out to me. I still want to talk to you. So, here's a call to action for you. If you're ready to step into this level of leadership and want to explore how I can help you or your organization or your ministry, let's connect. Let's connect. I offer so much. I offered, these podcasts are free. Don't put little or no value like most people do on that, which they get for free. That would be a terrible, terrible mistake. There's over 300 of these things, and, they're downloaded all over the world. Tens of thousands of downloads, 30,000. I don't even keep the numbers in my head anymore. But I offer tailored programs for specifically to the solutions that you need to overcome in your organization, in your ministry, in your own personal life, leadership, corporate leadership development. And I do one-on-one counseling, coaching, consulting for individuals if you want to do that as well. So let's have a conversation. It starts there. Go to successocean.com or go to thegenesisfrequency.com. Go to successappointment.com. That opens up my calendar in your time zone, and you can schedule a time to have a conversation with me. None of this is salesy. It's just, hey, let's do something. Let's get up. Let's move. Let's talk about this. Let's move into a solution for you and your organization and your life. Let's talk about how you can lead from within and achieve extraordinary results. And let's get your team on board as well. So, you are not here to react to the world. You are here to transform it. You are here to transform your own life. Leadership begins inside. The bottom line is it's still personal development, it's professional development, it's spiritual development, and it begins within. So we start there, right? And then we watch. We watch the ripple effects change everything in our outer world. Wow. I love the transformational process, experience it, being involved in it, and bringing it into the lives of others. So reach out to me, successappointment.com, or email me, Stephen, Stephen, at successocean.com. That's going to do it for today. You have been listening to the Genesis Frequency Podcast. Please like it, share it, comment, reach out, and know that I am Dr. Cause and Effect, Dr. Stephen J. Kosmyna, and I wish for you an infinitely spectacular day.